جوانه میزنم به روی زخم بر تنم، فقط به حکم بودنم که من زنم.
Good evening, everybody. It's great to be with you. Good evening, Cindy, all the great women of Glamour. I am here tonight to tell you about some extraordinary Iranian women. As one myself, I have to say, extremely proud of their guts and their story. This summer in Tehran and in other cities during the presidential election in Iran, I saw thousands of women who took to the streets demanding their most basic rights. That would be equal rights under the law, whether it be in a courtroom, in divorce, custody, inheritance issues, or even in criminal cases where a woman is still worth only half that of a man. They were demanding political reforms as well, like more democracy at home, more freedom of expression, more freedom over their own private lives, more personal freedom such as access to simple basic information about their own health. Sometimes because of the restrictions that are put on the internet, even some words are difficult to find. For instance, even for a period, the right to Google the words breast cancer was not theirs. It had been restricted. Indeed, all the reformist presidential candidates and one conservative this summer during the elections put women's rights center in their election platform. And afterwards, as you've seen, even President Ahmadinejad, who yes, is the winner of a very disputed election, had to decide to appoint a woman to the cabinet. I'll also say that during that election campaign, for the weeks leading up to the campaign, there were thousands of women in the streets actually campaigning, reformists and conservatives, but women made a huge, huge part of that election process. But of course, obviously, it was those who were seeking change who had to deploy the most courage and the most determination. So where did these women find the courage, the guts to speak out? For the past 3 years, a group of underground activists in Iran have risked their lives to collect 1 million signatures demanding an end to the laws that still make Iranian women second-class citizens. And this is their fight. It's a dangerous fight, and joining us tonight are 5 of those brave women who've signed the petition. They put their lives on the line to fly here, to be on this stage tonight. A third friend was threatened and was unable, because of those threats, to make the trip. And 2 others were arrested just last week. And still, they won't be silenced. Take a look now at this tape.
The Iranian women have been trying to get equal right for the last 100 years.
Since 1979, when the Khomeini regime came to power, women in Iran have progressively lost their rights and freedoms. A woman can be seized by police simply because her hair or her arms are showing.
One arrest was filmed on a cell phone by bystanders. A young woman being bundled into a police car with so-called immodest dress.
A woman in Iran needs permission to travel. A woman can be divorced at any time by her husband merely by his declaration. If a husband divorced her, she risks losing her children. Her testimony is worth half that of a man's.
You have to be a woman in Iran and feel the situation, and then you will definitely get why we are campaigning.
For the last 3 years, the brave women of the 1 Million Signatures Campaign have been working to get 1 million Iranians to sign a petition that will persuade the government to grant equal rights for women.
These are petitions that people sign in the park, in the streets, or wherever we go to collect the signatures.
Their students, their mothers, their sisters, their teachers.
They're also increasingly in danger. More than 50 activists have been arrested, interrogated, and imprisoned.
I was arrested because I was conducting interviews about the 1 Million Signature Campaign. I had 19 sessions of interrogation, but actually there were 2 other girls that were court women's rights activists, and they've been tortured.
My mother is happy I am part of the 1 Million Signature Campaign, but my parents are very concerned that sooner or later something is going to happen to me.
In last spring's political protests seen around the world, Iranian women again risked their lives. One of them, 27-year-old Neda Aga Sultan, was shot dead by security forces and became more than another casualty.
When she was killed, they were saying, "Do not be afraid." How do you say to
to a woman who's dying to not be afraid.
They've got guts to fight for what they believe in. They've got guts to demonstrate in the streets.
I don't think anything can stop the movement, because when one road closes, we'll find another one that's open.
We're not, asking for anything more than perhaps your sisters are asking for.
How can we stay silent? If we don't fight, if we don't resist, we won't get what we deserve. And after 100 years, for the first time, the world is hearing Iranian women's voice.